to Solomoriah Speaks, episode 17, Victory. Funny thing is, I recorded a video to be episode 17, planned on putting it out yesterday, but it was kind of long and I didn't have it ready. So, anyway, today, things have changed. It is January 27th, 2023, for anybody watching this from the future. Today, Wizards of the Coast admitted defeat. Or at least gave in. As of right now, OGL 1.0A is supposedly forever. I don't know that I trust that. But they backed off of it. They have placed the 5.1 SRD under a Creative Commons license. I have not looked at it yet to see exactly what license they chose or how they're releasing it. But it changes things. I got a notification from a friend. Sent me a message posting about the change from Wizards, their new position. And I read it. And I said, is this real? Is this true? I didn't believe it. And then after I confirmed that it was true, I said, I'm not sure what we're going to do now. And my friend's response was, well, first, relax. That's good advice. We in the Basic Fantasy Project have been working very hard for the last couple of weeks, working on our plan to move forward in spite of Wizards' obvious attempt to accidentally run over us while trying to run over somebody that they're trying to deliberately trying to run over. We were incidental damage. We weren't even intentional. We weren't even their targets. Their targets were the people making money off of the game. And of course, we don't really make money off the game. So, certainly not in the way that they imagine. We were just incidental. Although I suspect they may have noticed us in the aftermath. But, no, we can relax now. We can lay back just a little bit. Let me say just a little bit. I don't want to lose all of the energy we've acquired. We are energized, we're motivated. We understand that we've just been threatened, which has made many of us evaluate what we really want out of our games and whether we're getting what we want from the games we've been playing. Which I hope everybody is getting what they want out of Basic Fantasy. At least the members of the community are. It's what it's all about. It's what it's always been all about. I'm going to take a moment right now and thank everybody who stepped up. From the night that I released the manifesto till the middle of the next day, a team sprang out of nowhere. People whose forum handles I didn't even recognize. They may have been there for a long time. I don't know. But they hadn't really been active members, let's say. But they just sprang up and started the process of identifying the SRD text so we could take it out of the game. The first step in our multi-stage process of going to Creative Commons. And I want those people to understand that they did not waste their time. You guys did not waste your time. It was worth it because we are going to go forward. There will be a 4th edition. It will be bigger and better and exactly the same, just like always. The plan has always been, even when we thought we were going to have to make more changes than we now know we have to, the plan always was to have a game that was compatible, that you could come to the table with your first or second or third edition of the core rules and play along with other people who have the 4th edition in their hands. It was always intended that would work. We just function, and we're in a better position now, thanks to the current situation. I don't want to talk about the licensing because I haven't absorbed all of it yet. But thanks to the current situation, we just got back our owlbears and our rust monsters. We got back our magic missile and our dimension door, and our gauntlets of ogre power. Things that we felt might have just enough art in their names that we needed to change them. With the current position of Wizards, I believe we can go forward with familiar names. We also get back our reptilian-skinned, dog-headed kobolds. What does that leave the schnauzer-headed kobolds? I'm not throwing them out. I haven't decided if they're going to be a new variety of kobolds or something entirely on their own. I'm open to suggestions. I want to keep the traditional kobolds now that we know we can. But I want to do something with the fantastic artwork that's been given to me by Gabe and by the other people who were doing the dog-headed kobolds art on the forum. If you're a member of the forum and you haven't looked at that yet, why? It's pretty cool stuff. But this is great. This way we get to have what we always had, what we wanted to have. We're going to go back. We're going to revisit things that we were already changing the names of, already redoing. I'm going to talk with the community about dragons because I like the direction we were going with them, but on the other hand, I really like the chromatic names. So I'm going to look at trying to combine the two, retain the new flavor, and keep the old flavor too. Just kind of make it all meld together. The object here is it's going to be the game it's always been, plus. And the plus is going to be good stuff. That's the plan. The mountain giant. The plains or yellow dragon, I can call it a yellow dragon now, that were added to the rules during the development process here, they'll still be in there. They're still going to be in there. So we're going to get to keep that stuff. We're going to keep the added things that I pulled in from my Iron Falcon Handbook of Monsters. Some expansion to certain types of the monsters, but we get our old names back. We have black puddings again and ochre jellies are on the menu. So I'm looking forward to getting that all worked out. It makes a big job just a little bit bigger. That's sad, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We're going to slow down a little bit, and we're going to speed up a little bit. I'm going to slow down in the sense that I'm not going to work on this every dang waking moment like I have been. But we are going to be able to release things earlier than we intended. We're going to be able to go back to our wide open releases, starting with the core rules. As soon as they come back from the current proofing pass, I will make some changes, and even though I know they're going to be rough and there's probably going to be names that I've changed that I missed, we're going to get it out there so people can see where we're going, because that's always been a core feature of our community, is that we can always see where we're going. We can always see what's being worked on, what's being created. Share early, share often is a mantra of open source software, and this is open source development. We're going to go back to that now. Now we feel like we can. I feel like we can. So that's where we're going forward. There will be a 4th edition, but there will always be a 3rd edition, apparently. I see no reason to change that. The OGL 1.0 covered 3rd edition and earlier materials will stay available, just like the plan was before Wizards backed down. They will stay available as OGL 1.0 for as long as they let me, which supposedly now is forever. New 4th edition materials, revised materials, will be released side by side with their 3rd edition versions. You'll be able to tell the difference by looking at the covers. I'm not going to talk about that in detail, but I do have a plan to make it easy to tell which is which at a glance. And again, full compatibility. If you are playing 3rd edition rules and you're happy with that, and we get a new multi-module out and it's a 4th edition multi-module, you should be able to pull it out and just use it. It should just work. That's the plan. That's our intention, and we're going to stick to that. So anyway, everything is looking good all of a sudden. It's a much rosier weekend than I was anticipating. We can relax a little bit. We can lay back a little bit. We can enjoy whatever we want to enjoy outside of the game for a little while, but we will keep striding forward. We will keep moving towards that. We will get a CC version, a Creative Commons version of the core rules in print. I'm just going to commit to it. We're going to do it by, let's say by June. We're going to aim by sometime in June, if not earlier, to have it in print. If I can do earlier, I will. But not going to work day and night on it. Going to slow down, going to see the sites. We're going to have time to think about the full ramifications of everything we're changing instead of simply changing things because we think we need to. It's going to be a better game, but it's going to be the same game. It's going to be the same game. That's where we're going. I thank the SRD removal team. I want to thank everyone who stepped up, everyone who came in and helped. The regular proofing team, the new proofers, the artists who have been just absolutely dumping gorgeous art on me. Sounds kind of weird. But no, they have been. The forum is absolutely full of stuff. I was in an email conversation with somebody who is new to the group, and he described our forums as massive, and they kind of are. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of stuff happening. But we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to make the game just like it was, and bigger and better at the same time. Thank you all for your support. Thank everyone who had good words to say. Thank everyone who put work into this. Thanks to everyone who bought a copy. It's not a thing we do for profit. But this is the thing. We don't sell the game for profit. We're not trying to make money on it. I do make a little bit, but I really don't make much off of it. I'm certainly not making the kind of money that Wizards wants to make. But the fun thing was, a few days ago, we were number 25. I got a screenshot. Number 25 in fantasy games on Amazon. Holy cow. This is why I think maybe they noticed us, because there was the basic fantasy core rules on the first page of hits in the middle of all of those D&D books. All of those Wizards books. We weren't at the top, and we didn't beat them out. But we were in a position where we could be seen for the first time, I think, ever. And if you went back a page on that same day, 2 others of our books were also up there. Equipment Emporium and Adventure Anthology 1, if I remember right, were all in the top 100 at the same time. This was last weekend. And I'm going to call one more thing out that has nothing to do with any of that. On January 20th, 2006, Basic Fantasy RPG was released to the public for the first time. That was the R6 release version. We said 2006.6 at the time, but anyway, it was the R6 version of the game. All the prior versions were shared with individual people that I was friends with for their commentary and so forth, but the R6 version was the first version I actually shared with the public. I've always considered the 20th of January to be the birthday of Basic Fantasy, so Basic Fantasy is 17 years old. And I really thought a few weeks ago it wasn't going to make it to 17 without being murdered. So thanks to everyone who helped make that not happen. So here we are. Thank you for listening. Sorry if I've rambled. If there's anybody I forgot to thank, I'm so sorry. So many people. So many people have jumped in and helped. Every group, every person, every single individual, every single misspelled word pointed out was helpful. And I thank all of you for your support, for your help, for making those purchases that made us look good for a few days, that made us stand out in the face of Wizards. I think that's hilarious. I think that's so cool. Thank you all. And maybe more videos from me later this year. I'll try to get back on the videos again. I've kind of fallen off, but I'll try to get some more out. So, yeah, episode 17, 17th anniversary, victory. Talk to y'all later. Bye.